is SportsCenter.
Backcourt live on ESPN. I'm Zakira, and this is my co-host Darren.
How you doing?
So Darren, Steph Curry scored 37 points this past game
My goodness.
and had 7 of 11 three-pointers. So what got into him?
I just think, he was just very mad today. You just cannot just mess with somebody who is that locked into the game. You can see that they was trying to test his his ability to react to the game. Because if you see in the first half, he scored 21 points. If you leave 21 points, that's literally the whole game to me. And just thinking about how the game before that and how they transition from that game to the next, and they just have the same mindset to the next game to the next game. I feel like he's gonna just keep going with this, but that 37 points was just ecstatic, man.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, what were your likes and dislikes from that time?
Man, all right, let me tell you. I mean, I really liked how well the Warriors played tonight. They had a 14-0 start.
Yes.
They were just really on top of their game from start to finish, and that is really what the viewers really look for. It's just a strong game from the beginning to the start.
Absolutely.
And that is actually what I did not like about the Trailblazers, is because they were just not on top of their game tonight. It was kind of disappointing to watch just because they shot poorly from their field, and it just was not as strong as how the Warriors were playing tonight.
Yeah, because it was 45-22 at half. So,
Yeah.
When you give up that many points, it's kind of tough to come back from that. I could probably hear what's said in the locker room. It's probably very hostile in there because, frustration can happen when some things like that can come to. Damian Lillard, he came, with a focus. He had 34 points. He was up there with Steph Curry, but I think he didn't have that help, to give him over that hump to, give him the victory. So I think that's where they lacked. That's one thing that I didn't like. Another dislike I had was that Damian Lillard played 42 minutes this game. That's a lot for one player. That's a lot on one individual person.
Yes.
I think they need to go to the bench and incorporate, more players into the flow because it gives him more time to rest, I just feel like, he was more tired, so he didn't have that more ability to give him that, that oomph in the fourth quarter.
Right, so basically they were lacking more in their teamwork.
Exactly. And, another thing I liked, that they had 25 points in the first quarter, and Portland had 8. I was just like, that was just like a track field on the court. It's just so fast that it happened, But, another thing, it was just Kevin Durant had 10 points. It's like, Kevin Durant is an MVP. You wouldn't think that Kevin Durant would just have 10 points in a playoff game. Kevin Durant has 35 to 40 points in a playoff game, but he only had 10 in this. I think that was just because of how locked Steph Curry was with his 37 points. He was just ecstatic, How did you feel, Steph Curry's mindset, which is from, today from the other game?
I mean, honestly, I feel like tonight, he just played better than the other games. I mean, I feel like he was on top of his game tonight. I don't know what he had to drink before he came on or whatever, because as long as he keeps this up, then fantastic.
Well, he got a dunk in the first, the first quarter, so he probably has some good milk or something,
Right,
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to Jeanette.
I actually saw that the Golden State Warriors played team basketball tonight. Steph Curry scored 37 points. His mindset was really just set in focus. It was a great thing to see. He was 7 and 11 from just 3-pointers. It was a game filled with shoot-around, in my perspective. Before the third quarter had even ended, there was 37 points. That's incredible. It's just terrible for the Trailblazers because, it showed how weak their defense was. And I would have to say that my predictions for the upcoming game, Golden State's going to sweep the Trailblazers, and it's going to be 4-0, and I'm really looking forward to that, and that's, my insight for tonight. I noticed during the first half you had some hops in there. I saw that two-hand dunk.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of those often. They was telling me to lay the ball up. I really didn't hear them, but I want to show my athleticism and use my two hands because I only use one when I shoot the ball. So I just want to show everybody that I still got it.
Okay, and then during the second half, I noticed you got into a little bit of a scuffle. What was that all about?
Yeah, some words got exchanged between me and the other team, but it's just all about the love of basketball. Emotions get it's the best of us. It's the playoffs. That's what it's about. Everybody enjoys it. It's not anything against anybody. We don't take this off the court at all. But I just want to show people that I don't like to be stepped on. But that was pretty much all.
Okay, yeah, and then I noticed that defensive focus and ball movement has always been there for you guys.
Yeah, just getting my teammates open. That was pretty much what the focus of today's game was about. Talking to my teammates in the back, they it was just about it. They wanted me to shoot more. I was just more focused on trying to get them open, but they was telling me to, get the ball movement, and then when I feel like I can, shoot it, to shoot it. I got confidence in my team. If they tell me I need to do something, that's when I'm gonna change. But pretty much I'm not gonna really change my game. Continuing on to the next game. I'm just gonna continue to try to get better. We got a, big game coming up in a couple of days. But that was pretty much our focus.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
That's
you.
a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette. Sorry about the cutoff before we went to Jeanette Live.
Thanks, audio.
All right, so Darren, what were your comments about what was just said in that interview?
I think he was pretty humble. He held himself together. They did have the scuffle, that he just talked about. He handled that pretty mature. He did say that, they had some words exchanged, pretty more brutal than what TV can handle. But, it's just, I do agree with him that it's, the game of basketball. I do like how, he incorporated his teammates into his interview. Not saying that 37 points was obviously by him, but he was saying that he obviously had help from his teammates. So, I think that was pretty much, pretty good of him, But how do you think he's, tired? Does he have this ability to do this again?
I'm going to be honest. You know what? Tonight, he really does seem a little tired because not only did, Kevin Durant only scored 10 points, while, he scored 37 points tonight, Steph Curry. And, what we really need now is just more team effort looking into the next game, honestly, because we just need more contribution because he does look exhausted. And it's, not to, throw anyone else underneath the bus, but, he kind of had all of this on his shoulder tonight.
I agree.
And it was kind of just really disappointing just looking at him in the interview because you could tell that he had a long and exhausting game.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, here's the highlights for tonight's game.
Warriors off to a 14-0 run thanks to the slam by Kevin Durant. It was a nice game by the Golden State Warriors as they take it by Kevin Durant with that nice block as the dish up to the court to guess who? The Smash Brother! As Stephen Curry hits another 3 of his 7 of 11 from the field. They were so red hot on the floor tonight as they get another dish to Klay Thompson for the 3 at the top of the key. Oh my God, it was raining balls everywhere. And as you can see, the Golden State Warriors are not phased with the 25-5 lead. As you see Stephen Curry pulling up and hitting from the top of the key again. 25-5 lead. As you can see the replay, it was absolutely terrible if you were the Trailblazers. As you can see Kevin Durant with the dish to who else? Stephen Curry at the top of the key for another 3. As you can see the replay, he did not like it. Here's another shot by Stephen Curry, 57-35. Here's 20. Oh my God. As you can see, he's doing it again. He passed the dish, and he got it. Number 3, David West with a nice jam. The Warriors were up 61-43, but guess what? Stephen Curry said, splash! Splash! Here's Akira and Jeanette with the top 5 plays of the week.
Let's take flight on a Friday night on the one and only Top 5 on NBA.com. At number 5, Jane gets played by D. Wade, and we go the other way. Get in the highlights, Nikola Mirotic. The 3 does a trick. D. Wade rocks Jay Crowder's shot to get in at number 5 and get the distance to Nikola Mirotic for finishing it off. On to number 4, Jay Croder's back for more, this time with the less popular triple bounce. Pass up to steal before Terry Rozier seals the deal. Watch the ball bounce a few times. There's Terry Rozier flying high in the sky to get in at number 4.
At number 3, Victor Oladipo running around like he owns his town. He gets the steal, he gets the save, goes behind his back before getting his back and attacking the wreck. Victor Oladipo everywhere like sunshine on Maui to get in at number 3. On to number 2, look into his eyes. DeAndre wants to DM Gordon, but be careful what you wish for. He's a perimeter player, and out there he's a big man slayer. Gordon Hayward bringing the lift like a morning cup of joe as he gets this hammered throw to go in at number 2. But at number 1, he's a Taj-manian devil without a pause. Taj Gibson leaves Lene in the lurk as he takes him to church. Taj Gibson at number 1. Check out NBA.com for more.